Good afternoon, folks. My name is John Lucas, and I'm an automotive instructor at the Lee County Area Technology Center in Fayetteville, Kentucky. Our project was a STEM project, part of KVEC, that we brought awareness to the students in the surrounding community about using WVO or waste vegetable oil to operate a diesel engine. And when we look around the United States, we see a lot of empty farmland that places where corn could be grown is no longer in use. We definitely have the ability to create our own fuel and sustain our own vehicles, especially our high-powered diesel vehicles or diesel barges that move products up and down the waterways. So we wanted to bring that awareness to the surrounding community, the students, as well as the clean air that it provides in place of using a fuel type diesel, petroleum oil-based type diesel. So I brought with me again Jeff Cornett on the far end, your left. He's my Mercedes specialist. We used a 1984 240D Mercedes engine, and that one's it's a tough engine to work with. It's simple, but it's tough. And Jeff can explain in a few moments. We had some starting issues with it at first, and on the way down, Jeff kind of clarified with me why we were having that, and I'll let him talk a little bit about the engine itself. Next to him, I have a senior, David Lawson. That's in my program this year. A junior, Elliot Cox. Dylan Lawson, and these two boys are twins. They both born at the same time. They look nothing alike. I get that a lot. And to my left, I brought down another student with me here. You want to talk a little bit about the diesel engine, what you did to it? As far as, we're going to start with you, you mind. This is Kevin Wyman. He's a senior of mine, and we'll let him talk just a little bit about what we did as far as making the mounts and things of that we're going to see here tonight.
I didn't do much, but I can tell you
A little bit about the mounts that we used in the welding program.
welding program. We did a lot of mounts. We used 3/8 inch steel, good a hole, but on the mounts and use soft mounts for the mount for it. Welding did an awesome job on the mounts.
We also used an engine stand donated by a neighbor in ATC that we mounted the engine on. We had such a small amount of turnaround time to be able to get that thing up and going. So they actually had a stand that we used, and it's down on display. So when we get done with the presentation, we've got a whole group of people wanting to hear that thing run. So we're going to go down and fire it. They told us earlier, dude, you can't start that inside. So they came out and quickly shut it down. So we had to move it up to the upper platform where the tiny houses are. So what it is, what it does, how it benefits. We talked about the corn-based fuel, what it does for the economy. Reduces the greenhouse emissions by 95%. Now that's per engine, folks. So that's quite an astronomical number when you talk about the number of diesel engines you got on the roadways. And the cleaner air increased domestic economy. We talked, I told you earlier about that, how the corn being grown can put money back into the economy if, OPEC would allow that. But we used an 84 Mercedes 240D diesel 4-cylinder. And Jeff, with that, I'll let you talk a little bit about the engine.
I didn't know they were going to make me talk much. The problem's not getting me to talk. The problem's getting me to stop. Anyway, this is a pretty common motor. Mercedes used it for several years. It's really simple. Mechanical fuel injection, there's mechanical adjustments, so the valves are pretty much basically all you have to adjust and keeping clean fuel. But anyway, it's a pretty common little 4-cylinder motor, and as he said, I specialize in Mercedes. That's all I do, and mainly older vehicles anyway. And so I came in with them and kind of showed them what they need to do on the valve adjustments, and brought them some parts into the project, and just some simple tweaks we had to do, but basically they did a great job. I mean, they cleaned everything up, and they basically did all the work. I just kind of coached them a bit, and I think they've made a great project. You all really need to go out and see it. It's excellent. So I don't know anything else. I'll let you talk to them.
There's not really a whole lot we had to do. Just had to make a solenoid that opens. We got to start it off diesel fuel. Let it run for a minute, and then you give that little solenoid power, and it switches over to cooking oil goes through. And
So we're using 2 tanks down there. We've got one with pure diesel. We've got one with cooking oil in it. So we started on diesel, we like to shut it down on diesel just for the fact that we don't want to gel everything up that's in the system. And we also use, one of the things we didn't put up there, we've got a heater element that's wrapped around the fuel filter. Now, if anybody knows anybody that's ever made a conversion and made this work, the heater elements to keep the viscosity of the waste vegetable oil pretty low. If you're using new oil, and that kind of defeats the purpose, because if you have to buy cooking oil, you can buy diesel. But if you're using new oil, you don't really have to worry about that. But if you're using filtrated oil that you get from a fryer, Dairy Queen, or someplace like that dumps their oil, you have to strain that. And if you're carrying that from the tank of the vehicle up to the engine bay, there's more heating that has to take place. Heating's not a factor in 70, 80 degree weather, but it becomes a factor when you get down to single digits in the type of climate that we live in. So the main thing is keeping it heated so it doesn't gel up in the system, or gel up in the injectors of the engine. So it takes a little bit of pre-study to run it on your vehicle, but the payout, the results, everybody that's changed them over says it's worth it. Okay?
Of course, you gotta remember to switch back to diesel before you shut it off.
Before you shut down. But the systems, I got one lady here, so I can't remember that. But the systems that are out there, the conversions automatically do that for you. So if you get a good technician, we're $40 an hour. A good technician, put that on there for you, they can take care of all that for you. Folks, it's worth it if you want to go that route. So, got any questions?
You know, years ago, right across from the National Oil Plant, they did that. And I don't ever know why that they stopped.
A
Are
big
you
problem.
familiar with that?
I am a big I remember reading about it. I thought it was a cool thing at the time. A big problem is the money that's in OPEC right now, the money that they get for crude oil. Another problem is we don't have the infrastructure in place right now to run that across the country. We're working, you know, if we drive from Maine to California, we're working on infrastructure that was put in post-World War II days. You know, everything from roads, roadways, bridges, right down to the gas pumps and the tanks in the ground. So, you know, once that stuff goes into place, I imagine you'll see more of this popping up across the country. Folks, we're about out of time. We appreciate your time. And if you guys want to see the engine run, we're right down on the top platform. Thank you.